Falcons at the Steelers. Dennis Dixon making his second career start with Ben Roethlisberger out. Matt Ryan trying to lead Atlanta back to the playoffs. Third quarter, Falcons with the ball, and Ryan hits Tony Gonzalez over the middle for a gain of 20. Tony's first catch of the game. He's the first tight end in history with 1,000 career receptions. Gets it on that play, sets up a Falcons field goal. They go up 6-3. Ensuing Steelers possession, Dennis Dixon is back. He finds Mike Wallace down the right sideline. Wallace hauls it in for a gain of 52. The second-year man from Ole Miss fired up after that catch. Steelers with a field goal will tie it at 6. Fourth quarter, third play of Pittsburgh's drive. Dixon looking over the middle, and he will find Hines Ward, who skies to make the grab. A great catch for a gain of 24, setting up a 1st and 10. Hines Ward becomes the first Steeler to eclipse 11,000 receiving yards. Very next play, Dixon scrambling, and he will find Hines Ward wide open for a gain of 25. That would lead to a Steelers field goal, putting them up 9-6, a low-scoring game. Atlanta on the ensuing possession, and it is Matt Ryan back. He is hit by Lawrence Timmons. He fumbles. That's James Harrison running it back for a touchdown for the Steelers. Mike Smith and the Falcons, they're going to want to see this one again. They throw the challenge flag. So we take another look at this play as Mike Smith knows that that one did not look kosher. Ryan's arm appears to be moving forward. It was judged that way when he loses the ball. The ruling on the field is overturned. Falcons keep the ball at their own 41. Smith happy about that. Very next play, it's Matt Ryan going back to work. He finds his main man, Roddy White, for an 18-yard gain. 7 plays later, it's a 3rd and 8. Ryan again looking for Roddy White for a 6-yard gain, but he comes up just short of the first down. It sets up a 23-yard field goal. Falcons tie the game at 9 apiece. Pittsburgh on the ensuing possession. Dixon is back to pass. He is sacked by Troy Bierman. He sizes him up for a punt right there. Mike Smith nearly pulls a hamstring, trying to call a timeout there to try and get his offense back on the field. He is feeling that one. Ensuing Falcons possession, Matt Ryan again looking for Roddy White. It is intercepted by Troy Polamalu. Great play by the safety from USC. Makes the read, and he keeps both feet in bounds. Mike Smith cannot believe it. Steelers with the ball, 1:40 left in Atlanta territory. Jeff Reed sets up for a potential game-winning field goal from 40 yards out. It goes wide to the right, and this game would go to overtime, tied up at 9. After the Falcons punt, it's Rashard Mendenhall. 1st and 10 from the 50, slips through a hole, and he is going, he is gone. 50-yard touchdown run for Rashard Mendenhall, 120 yards in the game. Steelers win it 15-9. Go crazy, fans. 3rd longest overtime touchdown run in history. Cardinals at the Falcons. Tim Hightower getting the start for the 2nd straight week for Beanie Wells, who's hurt. Michael Turner trying to bounce back after his 42-yard effort last week against Pittsburgh. Opening drive, Turner spins at the line. He's going to pick up 16 yards on the play. Good for a 1st and 10 at the Arizona 33. 5 plays later, it's Jason Snelling getting the give this time. He busts his way up the middle for a gain of 11, placing it 1st and goal at the Arizona 9 for Atlanta. 2 plays later, it's Matt Ryan, and he will find Roddy White into the end zone for Atlanta's first touchdown of the season, puts them up 7-0. On Arizona's 2nd drive of the game after a Falcons punt, Derek Anderson is back. He's looking for Steve Breston. It is picked off by Christopher Owens, returned 13 yards down to the Arizona 43. There was an illegal formation penalty. Cardinals declined. They would add a field goal, going up 10-0. Cardinals on the ensuing possession give it to Tim Hightower. He hits the sideline, and he is gone. One man to beat is A.J. Jefferson. He gets past him. An 80-yard score for Tim Hightower, the longest career touchdown run for Timmy. It cuts the deficit to 10-7. Falcons come right back after that. Michael Turner around the right side. He'll pick up 17 yards. That would be his last carry of the game. Finished with 75 yards on 9 carries. He suffered a groin injury, and Jason Snelling took over from there. Matt Ryan dumping off to Snelling. He goes out of the backfield into the end zone for a score from 19 yards out, putting the Falcons up 17-10. Turner trying to stretch out that groin. He wouldn't play the entire game. Next drive for the Falcons after an Arizona punt. 1st and 10, Arizona. Ryan play action. Harry Douglas laid up by Greg Toller after a gain of 18. unnecessary roughness penalty makes it 1st and 10 on the Arizona 11. 2 plays later, that's Snelling getting through for the touchdown, picking up after Turner got hurt. Falcons lead 24-7 at the half after that touchdown by Snelling. In the third quarter, it's Anderson back to pass again, this time intercepted by William Moore off the tip, returned 31 yards to the Arizona 14. 3 plays later for Atlanta, a 3rd and 8 at the Arizona 12. It's Ryan finding Brian Finneran in the corner of the end zone. Looked like a power forward on a point guard in that mismatch. His first touchdown since 2008 for Brian Finneran. 3 TD passes for Matt Ryan as Atlanta rolls to victory.
All right, now to the battle of the day in the NFC South between the Falcons and Saints. Michael Turner and Ed Roing all ready to go. Reggie Bush out with a broken leg for 6 weeks. Lance Moore says no problem. I got you, Reg.
This team, they can replace Reggie Bush in the backfield as receiver, as a return man. Look at Lance Moore, how valuable he is.
72 yards on the punt return, led to a Jeremy Shockey touchdown. Saints on top 7-0. Falcons coming right back. Matt Ryan and Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah, he's only the all-time leading tight end ever. Don't guard him.
Continues to get it done. And now the Saints on a flea flicker. And Breeze looking for Devery Henderson, but Grimes is there for the pick.
Yeah, never really fooled anybody on that play. Just the defense went up great to get the play. Drew Brees could have eaten that.
This is so many picks.
And that is Brees' first interception in his last 242 pass attempts going back to the playoffs a year ago. No pick here. Brees to Lance Moore, who is wide open. 80 yards for the touchdown.
Yeah, this is a fantastic play by the Saints. Nice design now. You got the tight end who will use up the safety, and Drew Brees now will keep the safety in the middle with his eyes, shoot the ball in the seam to Lance Moore for the big touchdown.
Bad angle.
Bad angle.
And that's all it takes is just that misstep in this league. That's what they mean, folks, when they say it's a game of inches. You step the wrong way for an inch, you lose.
All right, second quarter now. Brees does a nice job of staying on his feet, but it provides a pass attempt there. Thomas taking with the pick.
Pull the Eli.
It's an epidemic that went on around the league.
12 play now on the Falcons' ensuing drive. Matt Ryan and Roddy White, who came into this game tied with Miles Austin for the most receptions in the NFL. 4th and 2 right here. Ryan looking and finding Gonzalez. 9 yards and a first down. And watch the concentration by Tony.
Tony can sit down in between the zone or beat a man all day long. He's one of the best, and he will go down in history as one of the best ever.
Tip pass, too, Dion. You know how hard it is to catch a tip pass.
19th play of the drive. Turner goes in for the touchdown. Game tied at 14. Third quarter now. Chris Ivory can't hold on to the football, and Mike Peterson is there for the recovery.
Yeah, this is the rookie now from Tiffin University's Dragons. That's a big mistake on the fumble.
And led to a Falcons field goal, 17-14. Saints having a punt once they got the ball back. And Saints, they say they have it. They say it went off Deku's foot. And Jimmy Graham doing a nice job of keeping it in bounds for Jason Kyle.
This is a great play right here.
Heads up by everybody. Flip it back in there. Jason Kyle, the long snapper now. He's coming down in coverage. Tiptoes on the sideline like a darn tight end.
All right, so Sean Payton and company, they are in business. It is Brees to Lance Moore. And Moore just has another gear.
Yeah, you get them deep. And I love the way they design plays. After beating them deep, they bring that speed guy across the field on an under.
Fourth quarter, 21-17. It's Ryan Roddy White who comes back, takes a licking, but he holds on to the football. Malcolm Tankum, courtesy of the hit right there. Fourth quarter here, it's Ryan. That's a White again, and he beats Jabari Greer.
Safety has to get over top on that play, Coach.
Yeah, he's becoming, this combination, Matt Ryan to Roddy White, is going to be huge this season.
Really is.
24-21, 4th and 1. Brees to Shockey for a first down.
Shockey had a great game. Did not let one of his passes, targeted passes, hit the ground.
So Garrett Hartley sends the game to overtime with a 32-yard field goal. We're tied up at 24. Opening possession. Saints following a Falcons punt, and it's Devery Henderson down to the 11.
College screen. Get the lineman downfield and block. Watch the snap in the hole.
All right, so Hartley can win it here for the Saints. Wow.
It's a great snap.
Misses from 29 yards away. It's his third miss of the season. Remember, he missed 2 kicks in that opener.
Hey, hold on.
Against the Vikings.
Hold on.
That's it. Fire him up, man.
We can do it. Come on, guys.
If you are the kicker of a defending Super Bowl champion, you have to be on. You're going to be very important the whole year. Every game, a lot of the games the Saints play in, it will come down to field goal kicking late in the game. All
right, after that Jason Snelling run, Matt Ryan. It is blocked. But Sean Payton called timeout to ice Bryant, so he gets another shot. And after a false start from 46 yards away, it is Bryant who knocks it down. So the Falcons break a 3-game losing streak to the Saints, and they win it.
Matt, after that failed first drive in overtime, you saw the kick go left. What was your mindset when you hit the field again?
We got another chance. We had another opportunity to go down the field. We ran the ball fantastic on the last drive, and, credit to the offensive line and our running backs. They really stepped up.
That one drive at the end of the second quarter, 10.5 minutes off the clock, 2 converted fourth downs, 2 converted third downs. How did that set the tone for the rest of the game and what this offense can do?
Well, it was huge. Obviously, if you can score points before the half and to chew up 10-plus minutes off the clock, especially against a great offense like New Orleans, that was big for us. So I think everybody on the offensive side is going to sleep pretty good tonight. We're all pretty tired.
You said this wasn't a measuring stick for this team, but what does this mean to come in here and beat this team in a game like this?
Well, it's huge. It gets us to 2-1. We're above 500. We need to keep it going. Got a big game next week against San Francisco, so it puts us one step closer to where we want to be.
Congratulations.
All right, thanks, Kara.
San Francisco 49ers, undefeated in the preseason, winless this year. Fired Jimmy Ray, Mike Johnson taking over. Alex Smith hoping for some change of luck with his 6th offensive coordinator. Their first possession, he throws one out to Vernon Davis, who fights his way into the end zone, ruled down at the 1. But Mike Singletary challenged the call. Vernon Davis ruled into the end zone as the call is reversed, and the Niners get the touchdown, going up 7-0. Falcons ensuing drive, and they will punt out of their end zone. Dominique Ziegler blocks it, caught by Taylor Mays in the back of the end zone for a Niners touchdown. Taylor Mays makes an over-the-shoulder grab, both feet in bounds. That puts the Niners up 14-0 early in the game. But that would be all the scoring they would do. Falcons on their ensuing possession. Matt Ryan, he finds Roddy White, makes a nice catch for a pickup of 20 and a Falcons first. Ryan this time, he will look for Harry Douglas, and he squirts into the end zone for an 8-yard score. That cuts the Niners' lead to 14-7. Atlanta, on their next possession, still down 14-7. Matt Ryan looking this time for Tony Gonzalez. Passes tip, bounced around, picked off by Shante Spencer. The second interception by Matt Ryan this season. 2 Niners possessions later, they're still up 14-7. Alex Smith in traffic, ill-advised ball, intercepted by Curtis Lofton. He was under pressure on that one, forcing the throw. He was furious after that pick. Niners still up 14-10 at the half. Their first drive of the second half, Alex Smith and his pass is intercepted by William Moore, returned 13 yards. Alex Smith's 7th pick of the season. Mike Singletary, he has seen plenty of that. Niners still up 14-13. Alex Smith this time tripped up, and he tries to throw the ball away. Intentional grounding, brutal play, and that will take them out of field goal range, forcing them to punt. Atlanta gets the ball, ensuing drive, and Matt Ryan's pass picked off by Nick Clements, but keep your eye on Roddy White from behind. He knocks the ball loose. Mad scramble for the ball. Who would get it in that pileup? And Atlanta comes up with it. Harvey Dull. Roddy White makes the chase down from behind, knocks the ball loose, and the Falcons will restart their drive at their own 7. Matt Ryan, and he will make another connection with Harry Douglas for 17 yards and a first, down to the 24. 3 plays later, still moving the ball, Matt Ryan, and he finds Roddy White over the shoulder grab and a first down at the Niners 39, trying to get into field goal range, and they do. 7 seconds left. Matt Bryant lines up, 2nd week in a row with a chance at a game-winning kick, and he nails it from 43 yards out. Falcons go on for this 16-14 win, keeping the Niners winless on the season. Atlanta is now 3-1. Mike Smith and the Falcons looking strong. They have won 3 in a row, standing at 3-1. Browns coming off their first win of the season. Seneca Wallace on the first play of the game finds Peyton Hillis for a short pickup. Hillis with the hurdle over Brent Grimes after the catch. Look at that. Going up, showing off the moves. A gain of 15 for Peyton Hillis. Just jumping over Brent Grimes, who wanted no piece of the monster on that play. Drive ended on the next play. No points, but it sure looked pretty. Browns down 3-0. Joshua Cribbs fields the kickoff from Michael Kanan at the Browns 11. He runs upfield into his own man, splits defenders, a 34-yard return, giving the Browns good field position. 5 plays later, Seneca Wallace, he lofts one for Peyton Hillis. One-handed grab into the end zone for the touchdown. That gives Cleveland a 7-3 lead. Finesse on the part of Peyton Hillis, not just power, as he gets the touchdown grab. Ensuing Falcons possession, and they are coming right back. Matt Ryan scrambling, buying some time, and he will finally fire one across the field. Tony Gonzalez is there. He picks up 16 yards on the play. Matt Ryan, after scrambling around, got drilled by Marcus Bernard, but he's a tough guy and would remain. 3 plays later, Ryan scrambling up the middle. He picks up the first down, a gain of 7. That drive would end with a Matt Bryant field goal. Atlanta closes the deficit to 7-6. Browns defense looking fatigued. On the next Atlanta possession, they give it to Michael Turner. He's busting through the middle, breaking some tackles. You can't arm tackle Michael Turner. All the way down inside the 15-yard line. His longest run of the season, a gain of 55. He finished with 140 in the game as Cleveland's defense is wearing down. But Atlanta attempts the field goal. Matt Bryant's 30-yard kick blocked by the rookie T.J. Ward. No points on the drive. Falcons stay down 7-6. Seneca Wallace gets sacked by John Abraham. Hurt on the play as he is brought down. He would leave the game with a right ankle injury and did not return. That brought on Jake Delhomme in at quarterback for the rest of the way for Cleveland. So he would play the entire second half. Mid-third quarter, Atlanta down 10-6 when Matt Ryan drops a bomb for Roddy White into the end zone for a touchdown. Sheldon Brown beat on that play. He was burned last week by T.O. Falcons retake the lead 13-10. Fourth quarter, still 13-10. Jake Delhomme in the game at quarterback again, has his pass batted. Croy Bierman makes the interception after deflecting it, and he runs all the way into the end zone. Falcons extend their lead to 20-10. They get the victory, a dog pile in the end zone. 4-1 season now for Atlanta.
The Giants are now suddenly 4-2 with 3 straight wins. Kevin Cobb with his second consecutive start in place of the injured Michael Vick. This one went better than Cobb's last. An end around of Deshaun Jackson. 31-yard score for Jackson, putting the Eagles on top. And what's he doing here?
I got to call my kids. I don't even know that.
Ensuing possession for the Eagles. Cobb's play action up top to Deshaun Jackson, who gets in the end zone again. 34-yard score.
Get him the ball. You hand it to him, you throw it to him, you punt it to him. He needs the ball in his hands.
Except when Dante Robinson is circling around him, as he was right here.
This is scary.
Out and listen.
This is a clean hit. He led with the shoulders first. The referees get all out of shape and call flags, and they're penalized on the play. Both guys are taken off the field, but this is truly a clean hit.
Neither guy would return. There's Deshaun Jackson going off. He has a concussion. Dante Robinson was taken off. He didn't return either. And in the next Eagles possession, that's a touchdown. Jeremy Maclin diving across the goal line, but he was ruled with the ball on the other side of the goal line for the score.
These young receivers of Philly now, they're just growing up in this offense together.
21-10. So we've seen Maclin. We've seen Deshaun Jackson. How about a little Brent Selleck action? Well, Cobb tried to get him. The ball was tipped around. William Moore picks it off.
Get him, Cobb!
And returns it to the Philadelphia 46. And Matt Ryan turned that pick into points, finding Tony Gonzalez, who had a couple scores on the day. 21-7, that's your score at the half. And it's 21-10 in the third quarter when Cobb put this game out of reach with a play fake and a fake reverse. And Jeremy Maclin is cruising for an 83-yard score, 326 yards and 3 touchdowns in a win, after which Andy Reid said Vic was still his starter.
I'm not much into telling you guys this, but this is a beautiful thing. You know, I told you that before, and I'm gonna reiterate it. If you're sitting here as a chubby head coach in the National Football League and you got 2 good quarterbacks, you're a happy guy, man. You know, that's a positive. That's a positive thing.
We know we have really 3 guys we think that can play the position, and the guys have done a great job of rallying around each one of us, whoever's out there, and they're the reason that we're where we're at.
So now, have you made the statement to Andy now, it's time for me to be the starter?
No. Andy's the man in charge, and he makes all decisions, and he makes good ones. And we trust that. We believe in it. And whatever he makes here, then we'll keep going with it.
Roddy White said, you know what? I don't like it. Roddy White played like he didn't like it. Matt Ryan and Roddy White over the middle, 46 yards.
That simple zero route we talked about on game day morning. The difference between him running that zero route and, unfortunately, Deshaun Jackson running that on.
It led to a Brian Finneran 3-yard touchdown. Ooh, grab there by White.
Great throw and catch. Throwing the ball in the only one place that it can be thrown.
White completed his first 7 passes to Matt Ryan, and Ryan now going up top.
Zero coverage. No safety in the middle of the field. Throwing all the way across the field. Great play call.
6 catches for 157 yards in the first half for Roddy White. Carson Palmer looking for Chad Ochocinco. Incomplete, and Palmer not happy. He thought Ocho gave up on the play.
Yeah, and Ocho, that ball will be thrown right between the quarterback and the safety. Ocho does have to sprint up the field.
Bengals had just 143 first half yards. Terrell Owens,
Man,
he was ready.
He's still a strong guy, hard to tackle one-on-one in the open field.
150th career touchdown, the 5th player in NFL history to do so. Here come the Falcons, Ryans and Michael Jenkins. Leon Hall there for the pick.
Kids, if I had to put this on tape, this is the way you do it. You go at it at the highest point, pinning the receiver to the sideline. This is a textbook play.
All right, 3 plays later on a 3rd and 12, it's Palmer to Jordan Shipley. And watch the speed in space.
I didn't think this youngster, the rookie from Texas, had this kind of speed to get it in.
64 yards, a 2-point conversion fails. The Bengals down 5, 24-19. Ryan here looking for Roddy White. How about Adam Jones? Give me that.
Baby. Getting to the ball, making the tackle, and making the strip. And scoring the touchdown on the play. Still, he's proven that he's a little aged, but he's still got a little dancing. Watch this. Getting to the ball, making the play, picking it up, and you're not going to catch the little fella.
Bengals on top, 25-24. All right, Bengals going for 2 here. Palmer looking for Ocho, but it's incomplete. Terrell Owens saying, why wasn't I the primary on that?
There's only one ball.
Ooh. 4th quarter here, and it is Ryan rolling, and finding Roddy White. Falcons back on top, 30-25.
Good patience by the quarterback out of the pocket.
What a presence by the young guy.
Going for 2. You want to talk about Deion going up and getting it. How about Roddy White right there?
Listen, man. This guy's coming into his own. I know he's a Pro Bowler. Definitely a Pro Bowler.
11 catches, 201 yards. Here comes Carson Palmer looking for Owens. Ooh. Better throw, and it would have been a catch.
Yeah, just keep it inside a little bit, and you got a big one, because next play hurts him.
That was close.
All right, so 2nd and 10 here, and it's a Cedric Benson, but he can't hold on to the rock. Brian Williams is there for the recovery. And Michael the Burner Turner had a huge day. 121 yards on the ground, and a couple of TDs. Falcons go up 39-25. They win it 39-32.
For the rest of the division in the Georgia Dome, Raheem Morris, surprising 5-2 Bucks, trying to take the division lead from Atlanta, also entering at 5-2. Roddy White was basically telling to keep the lead. Please cover me. Was slow to get up after the play. Quincy Black drags down White. This is black on white violence right there. Is that what
I like that one.
7 plays later, Matt Ryan throws deep to Michael Jenkins. Jenkins beginning to make plays.
He is, and this is why Matt Ryan is 16-1 at home as a starter. Big plays.
43-yard gain setting up big Michael.
That's a great blocking by those linemen. Big fellas.
Raheem Morris just watched a 10-play, 99-yard scoring drive going on his team. Next Buccaneers possession after a Michael Spurlock 66-yard return. Josh Freeman turns that field position into points. Aurelius Ben, rookie wide receiver, beginning to make some plays too.
Receiver, the second year, Josh Freeman, the quarterback. They never cease to impress.
And Mike Williams, another rookie wide receiver, he's making plays.
When you can take a quick slant, the distance, and outrun the whole secondary, you have a tremendous gift.
The 58-yard touchdown cuts the Falcons' lead to 17-14, and here we go in the third quarter with Roddy White still out, although loosening up with hopes to return. Josh Freeman was picked, setting the Falcons up on the 10-yard line, and Roddy White comes back and fights for a first down right there. 4 receptions, 49 yards for White as the play was reviewed and the play stood, but it's 3rd and goal from the 5 a couple plays later. Michael Palmer with a touchdown grab.
You got a bunch of weapons there in the middle.
24-14 Falcons up at 27-14, and we show you this.
For one of 2 reasons.
Michael Spurlock picks it up, and he comes emerging out of the traffic.
See ya.
What happens when a ball goes on the ground like that? The pursuit team, they all
come out of their cover lanes.
Come out of their lanes.
Well, the Bucs weren't done. The ensuing kickoff, a surprise onside-er, and Connor Barth appears to touch the ball before it goes the necessary 10 yards. The Falcons challenge this, and it goes about 9 3/4 yards before Barth makes contact with the ball, so it's an illegal touch. Atlanta gets the ball in quality field position, takes a 6-point lead into the fourth quarter. 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Cadillac Williams, flea flicker, back to Freeman, down to Aurelius Ben. Incomplete. But
a little bit underthrown. Laundry on the field, though.
William Moore doesn't turn around.
Yeah, he has to look back. And his left hand was against the body of the receiver.
So the Bucs get the ball on the 11. 2:44 left, 4th and 1 from the 2. This is it. Big time play for the NFC South lead. Thomas DeCoux stops LeGarrette Blount.
Goal line stand.
From the Falcons defense to steal the deal for the now 6-2 Falcons, who sit atop the NFC South with a half-game lead over the Saints. They also hold a tiebreak over the Saints currently, having already won in the Superdome earlier this year. In this town, what with the 6-2 Baltimore Ravens coming in with Ray Lewis and company as the #1 seed in the AFC. Matt Ryan's only lost once in his career in this dome. We picked things up in the second quarter, still scoreless, 2nd and long, and here is Jason Snelling all of a sudden free, and then bowling through Dewan Lantry to cap a 14-play, 91-yard drive. Steve Mariucci, what happened here?
It looks like a busted coverage in here. Nobody comes out and covers Snelling. He checks it down very easily, works to the end zone, and here we go.
It just seems to me that this was a busted coverage.
It's busted, and he breaks the tackle here on the 5-yard line to get it in.
And very rarely do you see this coming from the Baltimore Ravens, because normally they play with a lot of discipline.
7-0, a punt after the Ravens subsequently get the Falcons to go off the field offensively, but Ladarius Webb puts the ball on the turf, and Brian Finneran is the man on special teams to make this play.
These are the kind of plays that in a game that when you're working on a short week, when you come to somebody's house, you cannot turn the football over. That was costly at the end of the half.
Matt Ryan was 20 of 28 for 160 yards in the first half. Here he makes the first down with his legs, and Ed Reed hits him as he's sliding in the head, and there's no penalty.
That's Ed Reed, by the way.
So he's allowed to do that.
He was in the top 100.
That led to a Matt Bryant field goal. The Falcons lead 10-0 at the half of the first game of week number 10. And at halftime, this was your big moment, Dion.
Yeah. I'm so thankful. Arthur Blank and his entire organization, just to honor me. I've been in several organizations, but this was truly home. I'm thankful.
Here in the Ring of Honor forevermore, the first play of the second half, Joe Flacco sacked by John Abraham, who brought his A game tonight. 2 plays later, 3rd and 15, a man that they would be picking on for much of the second half, got the first laugh. Brent Grimes picks off Joe Flacco.
Yeah, and the great thing here now, Joe Flacco throws the interception. They just had turned it over on the punt return, but this great defense of Ray Lewis and the guys, they held him to field goals both times, stayed in the game.
It had the Ravens offense staring at each other with Anquan Bolden trying to rally the troops down 13-0 as that pick led to a field goal. Joe Flacco on 3rd and 9 picks up the first down by running for it. Dante Stallworth in his second game back
for the Ravens. An end around for 19 yards down to the 16. And then 4 plays later, 1st and goal from the 5. Flacco finds his wide receiver who had not yet caught a ball in the night. But Anquan Bolden makes his first catch for 6.
He checked out of this play. I was watching him before the snap, and he saw inside leverage corner, and he popped it up for the pylon for the touchdown.
13-7 in the 4th quarter now. Matt Ryan from midfield. Roddy White, 17-yard gain. Takes a big hit from Ed Reed. Josh Wilson also had trouble getting up from this collision right in the middle of the field. 3 plays later, 3rd and 10 from the Ravens, 33. And Ryan is going to look for Snelling again, except this time they snelled this play out. The Ravens defense gets the Falcons off the field, but it's face mask on Terrell Suggs, who seems to have his own face mask grabbed by Snelling, too.
Well, this call could have gone either way. You got to give Suggs some credit. He was all over the field tonight, having a few sacks on tonight, as well as playing great run.
John Harbaugh will be barking at the refs late in the 4th quarter, too, and that penalty led to Roddy White with a 4-yard touchdown. The Falcons are up by 13 for Mike Smith. Ravens getting the ball back. They need points in a hurry with 8 minutes and change to go. Flacco dumps it off to Ray Rice, running for the Ravens to the Falcons 26. Anquan Bolden putting on a big hit to spring him free. 4 plays later, 2nd and 5 from the 6, and it's Derek Mason from Flacco, and it's a 6-point game again.
Great protection, great route running. These guys, they won't beat you deep, but they can sure run a great route to get open.
Next Falcons drive, 3 minutes to go. Roddy White on 3rd down drops the ball.
Very uncharacteristic of Roddy White. Normally sure hands. These are the kind of plays we always see Roddy White makes. Matt Ryan was even surprised.
So instead of moving the chains with 3 minutes to go, the Ravens get the ball back and begin to move the chains themselves. Flacco buys time, finds Mason 22 yards. 4 plays later on the Falcons 35 with 1:55 to go. Flacco, screen to Ray Rice, running for the Ravens, and he's receiving and running and roll.
Great play call on the screen. A lot of pressure on Flacco all night. The screen was a timely play call.
2 plays later, 70 ticks left. Flacco to Todd.
Heat.
Hooray, it's in the end zone for the Ravens.
He was ready to have a great game. He knew they were going to put it in his hand. Great play.
The booth buzzes down. Did the ball come loose before he had possession in the end zone? The refs ruled that the play stood as called. Ray Lewis giving his quarterback a you-the-man point as the Ravens have their first lead of the game, but still too much time for Matt Ryan, who finds Michael Jenkins 24 yards on 3rd and 10. Booth buzzes down. Play stance is called. Both feet down. It did look maybe that the ball was separated from the fingertips. Ray thought it was a juggle, but it was a catch. Jenkins moves the chains. Next play, Roddy White. 15-yard gain. They're getting into field goal range to the Ravens 41. 3 plays later, 3rd and 10. Ryan over the middle. It is incomplete, but Tavares Gooden is called for pass interference. Fresh set of downs for Matt Ryan and the Falcons. And just when you thought they could kick the game-winning field goal, they throw for a game-winning touchdown. Roddy White shook free of Josh Wilson or shoved him down, depending on your point of view. Bottom line is the Falcons find the end zone and lodge a major comeback win to improve to 7-2 for only the 3rd time in the 45-year history of the Atlanta Falcons. Matt Ryan with 50 pass attempts on the night. His 11th game-winning 4th quarter drive of his young career. 3 touchdowns, 316 yards. Passing Roddy White, despite that drop ball, that was pretty, but the rest of the night was beautiful. 138, 2 touchdowns, and 12 receptions for Roddy White.
We had 3 teams in the NFC South playing 3 teams in the NFC West. And let's start with the leaders. Atlanta in St. Louis. The last 2 of the last 3 quarterbacks taken first overall in a draft. Well, the first quarterbacks taken. Anyway, Ryan and Bradford, 2 rich young men throwing the ball.
Marshall's hanging in that stadium.
Bradford getting the first touchdown. It's 10-3, and Matt Ryan to Brian Finneran ties the score.
He just likes playing in domes, doesn't he?
Falcons lead 16-10 at the half. 3rd quarter now, Rams get Steven Jackson busted through.
Nice play call.
Goes over 10,000 career yards. 10,000 career yards. Joins Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, and Marshall in that Rams club. 2 plays later, Bradford to Brandon Gibson making a play.
A long way to go to Jordan Marshall hanging up in that stadium.
Rams on top 17-16. 2 possessions later, Falcons coming back.
Nice play action. Get your feet set all day.
16-yard gain.
He's the best that ever did it, that guy right there.
16 plays later, Ryan right on the goal line. Play faking, find a Justin Hill.
That was very easy. Came from behind the line of scrimmage.
Brian, 253 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rams now down by 9 needed points in a hurry. With 6.5 to go. Laurent Robinson, 19-yard gain. Next play, Bradford picking him up, putting him down for a 17-yard gain, taking his team inside the red zone.
He moves pretty well for a 6'5" guy. Hook slide with 2 feet forward, thank you.
6 plays later, though, Bradford's looking for his tight end on a shuffle pass. It's picked by Williams.
And the shuffle pass is a safe
good
call.
Good tackle, though.
This one, you think the shovel pass is a safe call,
yeah.
Right? Because if it drops, it's an incomplete pass, not a fumble.
I've never seen a shovel pass.
And then Michael Turner seals the deal right up the gut.
And he can run.
That's a flag football touchdown. 34-14 is the final score.
Huge matchup in the NFC. Packers at the Falcons. 2 of the top young quarterbacks in the league. Matt Ryan, 18-1 at home as a starter in his career. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers have won 4 straight. Getting busy with the game, tied up at 3. Rodgers on the hot route hits Brett Swain. A 31-yard gain down to the 46. And a late hit adds on 15 yards. Rodgers at the goal, trying for the quarterback sneak. He loses the ball. A huge game changer. They could have gone up with a touchdown. Instead, it's a touchback. And the Falcons wind up making the big play on their defense, getting the turnover. No points scored for Green Bay as the ball comes out. And on top of that, Aaron Rodgers appeared to have hurt his wrist on the play. So the Falcons get the ball. And after the 2-minute warning, they have a 2nd and 6 at the 26. Skying up for the ball, Tony Gonzalez over the middle. A 21-yard gain down to the 5. Then on the 14th play of the drive, with 10 seconds left in the half, all alone in the end zone, how do you not get a body on Tony Gonzalez? He gets the touchdown. Falcons take a 10-3 lead into the half. On to the 3rd. Packers down 10-3. Rodgers lofts one towards the end zone, going up for it. Jordy Nelson, a nice 28-yard catch down to the 1, and then they split them all out wide, and Aaron Rodgers goes with the quarterback draw. This time he hangs on to the ball, spikes it, and does a celebration. They tie up the game at 10. We got ourselves a ball game in Atlanta. Michael Turner letting loose, and he is tiptoeing down the sideline, upset because he thinks he could have had a touchdown after that. He still gets down to the 12 after a gain of 26. Same drive, 4th quarter now. 4th and goal from the 1. Huge play. Give it to Turner around the end, and he gets in there. Falcons go up 17-10, converting on the 4th down. Michael Turner had his 6th 100-yard game of the season and 21st of his career. Packers down by 7, 17-10. And this is a 4th and 1. Rodgers making a play, shoveling the ball to James Jones for an 18-yard gain down to the 3. So the Packers are in business, but they don't go anywhere, so they have a 4th and goal. Do or die. Need a touchdown to tie it. A minute left. Rodgers, plenty of time, throws a rocket into the end zone. It is caught by Jordy Nelson. Both feet inbounds. And with the extra point, they tied up the game. A 16-play, 90-yard drive. But there's still 56 seconds left. So they kick off to Eric Weems. And he has the return. Looks like he might break it. Brought down. There is a face mask penalty as he was tackled. Add on 15 yards with the penalty. That puts the ball at the 49. Plenty of time for Matt Ryan to get them into field goal range. 47 yards out, 11 seconds left. Matt Bryant with the kick. It is good. 20-17. Falcons go on for the victory. They're 9-2. Packers are now 7-4.
All right, so what about Josh Freeman and the Bucs trying to get their first victory over a team with a winning record all year? Matt Ryan and company in first place in the NFC South, and it's Ryan and Tony Gonzalez here.
There's a play-action pass. When you run the ball well, you can do whatever you want with play-action.
And speaking of running the ball well, it is Michael Turner for the 5-yard touchdown on 1st and goal. Falcons on top 7-0 early.
And that's the thing you love about the Falcons. They can hit you with the pass, but they can hit you with that ground game.
Coach, this is the promise that Josh Freeman shows.
He's a big guy. There reminds me of Ben Roethlisberger. He's a big boy right here, and he's smart, and he's been having some fourth-quarter comebacks. I love him in his second year.
And a great story here from LeGarrette Blount, who seems to have found out early on in Tampa Bay.
The thing I love about our game is we are a league that will give you a second chance. This guy is having a second chance. He's making the most of his opportunity. He's maximizing the moments. Look at the big fella bang right here, Fran.
103 yards for Blount on the day and a touchdown. Bucks tied up at 7. Same score in the second quarter. I'll tell you what, Matt Ryan growing up as well, that Harry Douglas, we are seeing a big maturation process in his third season. And then Ryan to Obi Mahaley, who rumbles it from 17 away.
That's called using the whole football field. He's spreading the ball around to his receivers and then letting his back trickle out of the backfield.
And young quarterback's going to make some mistakes, so Ryan gets picked off by John Jones.
Friend, this is the first turnover they've had in 5 games. They went 4 in a row without a turnover.
20 seconds left in the half, and Michael, you have to like this, putting points on the board at the end of quarters, especially at the end of the half.
I love this young guy, Josh Freeman, man. I mean, he is a winner. He's a leader. Most quarterbacks, a lot of quarterbacks, you'll see that they're directing offenses. He's leading that football.
So the Bucks get 7 points off the turnover. 17-14, Falcons are down. Ryan looking for Roddy White, picked off by Corey Lynch. So that's Ryan's second pick of the day.
Two teams that know each other very well, Fran. You'll have some of those situations.
Freeman, Aurelius Ben.
That's what you do. Quick screen, get the ball into the hands of the playmakers and allow them to do what they do.
Coach, the play call.
Well, this is like 98 boss, halfback, option, pass right. Something like that. I like it, Coach. Something like that. Throw it in. That's a great play call by Greg Olson, the offensive coordinator. Well done.
Bucks on top 24-14, but Coach, you're a young team. You cannot have this happen on the ensuing kickoff when you're trying to put these types of games away.
Yeah, now take a look. We show this for what reason, Prime?
Either it's a big play or a boo-boo.
It's not a boo-boo. Look at this guy. Breaking tackles, being escorted down the sideline for a touchdown. The Falcons are back in this game.
What an effort play. What an effort play. That's what you're talking about, not giving up.
Longest kickoff return in Falcons history.
Hey.
102 yards. Their first prime since 2002.
Hey.
All right, here, same score here. It is Matt Ryan to Roddy White. It was quiet, except he still made some big plays.
Third and long against cover 2 coverage. This is big-time play.
That was a third
sprint to your left.
We saw him do that on our NFL Network.
The trust that he can do that accurately is amazing. These are 2 young, great quarterbacks and 2 young football teams that will be rivals for a long time.
All right, so can the Bucks battle back? 4th and 11.
Footwork in the big fella.
Oh, what a grab this was, man. This was 4th down. Concentration. Game on the line. Give him an opportunity, and he comes up with a layout of this world.
All right, but on the very next play, Brent Grimes, who had a great game, seals the deal.
Cut back. Oh,
Falcons go on to win it 28-24.
Matt Ryan and the Falcons at Carolina. Atlanta with the best record in the NFC at 10-2. First play of the game, a bad start for Carolina. Jonathan Stewart up the middle, loses the football, recovered by Atlanta as it pops out. Dante Robinson with the ball, a great start for the Falcons at the 29, and 3 plays later, the play fake by Matt Ryan, rolling to his right, finds Tony Gonzalez in a tight window in the end zone, his 5th touchdown catch of the season. Atlanta up 7-0, capitalizing on the mistake by Jonathan Stewart. Next Falcons drive, 3rd and 3, going deep. Harry Douglas, he hauls it in. A nice grab for 46 yards down to the 9. Sets up great field position once again for Atlanta. 3 plays later, 3rd and goal. Plunging in, Michael Turner, the burner for the touchdown. Falcons go up 14-0. On to the 3rd quarter. Panthers down 17-0. First possession, 1st and 10 from their 31. The give to Jonathan Stewart. He's got a hole, and he is going. 2 guys in front of him, and he fights his way down the sideline. But a gain of 48 for Stewart down to the 21. He had 133 yards in the game, and 2 plays later, they give this time to Mike Goodson. Nifty moves by Goodson into the end zone. Hey, it's a game in Carolina. 17-7, a touchdown in 3 straight games for Goodson after that score. Next Panthers drive, a 4th and 4. They decide to go for it. Jimmy Clausen's got nowhere to go. Brought down and sacked by Chauncey Davis, a loss of 12. Falcons take over at midfield. They have 5 sacks on the game. Ensuing Falcons drive. You know they're going into the end zone once again. Matt Ryan to Roddy White. A gain at 18 down to the 3. White had 79 yards receiving, and 2 plays later, you guessed it, Michael Turner again with the spin move and the dive into the end zone. Falcons go up 24-7. His second rushing touchdown of the game. In the 4th quarter, Panthers down 24-10. 2nd and 11 from their 19. The pass is tipped by Jimmy Clausen, tipped by the Falcons, intercepted by Mike Peterson. He takes us out of bounds to the 16-yard line, and then right after that, 4th play of their drive, a 1st and goal from the 4. Michael Turner again, and he just walks into the end zone, his 3rd touchdown of the game. 31-10, Atlanta wins it.
Losing streak comes to an end, and they're in Atlanta next as Atlanta's finishing up a 3-game road trip. They've won the first 2 games. They have to travel as far from Atlanta as you possibly can go to Seattle, where the 12th man was in full throat with Marshawn Lynch scoring the first touchdown of the game. That set himself up as it's just short of its touchdown. 7-0 Seattle. But a big, fat 8-minute, 14-play drive capped off here on the 15th play with Jason Snelling to tie the game at 7. We're in the 2nd quarter, and both teams only touched the ball once.
Of protecting Ryan.
Matt Ryan, a rare miscue, throws it right to Jordan Babineau. But the Seahawks have to settle just for the field goal against a hot team. Even though you're home, you can't do that. Ties the game at 10. Falcons with 41 ticks to go. And then Ryan does his whole Matty Ice thing, which is find Roddy White. And that, after the Falcons call a timeout, 3 plays later, Ryan to Michael Jenkins. Touchdown.
Yeah, nice over the top. They surprise him with the deep throw. They've been so methodical, taking little chunks at a time, and then they go up over the top for the 6th.
3rd quarter, 17-10. Matthew deep in his own end, now in his end zone.
Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
Come on, Matthew. We're going to talk with Matthew at the end of the season.
Jordan Babineau.
It's not about the team.
Covers it 24-10. 2 Seahawks possessions later, Hasselbeck now needing to desperately make plays. Looking for Ben Obama. And it's picked by William Moore, and that will be the day for Hasselbeck. Charlie Whitehurst comes in the game. And that
they already had a talk.
That pick led to points.
Going to the left. They call this quite frequently. He's so good at it.
Matt Ryan and the Falcons complete their 3-game sweep with the win. They had already been into the Giants' loss, put them in the playoffs. But with the win, there's now 1 win away from clinching the conference. And that ain't shabby.
Take a look at what we saw for the Saints and the Falcons on Monday night. Drew Brees against Matt Ryan doesn't get much better than that in the NFC. 2nd quarter, Falcons ball trailing 3-0. 3rd and 8 on their own 38. Matt Ryan in the shotgun can't handle the snap, and the fumble recovered by Jonathan Vilma.
Yeah, Todd McClure never got the snap to him. The ball never really left his hand. When he squeezed it and sent it up there, never left.
Then it's Pierre Thomas up the middle for a touch. Saints on top 10-0. Sean Payton so far enjoying what he's seeing. Ensuing Falcons possession. Michael Turner says, we've got a running game too. And here I go 27 yards down the right side.
Yeah, they answered the score of being down 10-0 and came right back. And they obviously knew it was the moment in the game, and they get it back to 10-7 here.
5 plays later, 2nd and goal. That just looked easy. Roddy White wide open.
When you leave him one-on-one coverage, he's going to be open, Paul.
3rd quarter, Falcons opening drive. 1st and 10, Ryan deep and incomplete down the left side to Michael Jenkins, but Tracy Porter flagged for interference.
Yeah, wasn't that 1 of 2 or 3 pass interference penalties on that drive where the Falcons forced them into it?
2 plays later, Michael Turner up the middle, but puts the ball on the turf. Recovered by that New Orleans defense.
How about Jeff Charleston inside there, Michael? He's the guy who's making the play. See, reaching and raking as he's trying to make the tackle? Yeah, Jeff Charleston did it.
Yeah, that's right. He'll get a game ball tonight because when you turn the ball over inside the 5.
A couple of possessions later for the Saints. Brees pressured. Flips it to Pierre Thomas, who gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, well, sometimes those flips work out, but as we're going to find out later, sometimes those flips don't work out, Charles.
Yes.
Saints would end up punting on that drive. Into the 4th quarter, same score. Next New Orleans possession. Brees will be pressured by Jordan Babineau. Flips the ball, but it's picked off by Chauncey Davis. Takes it back 26 yards, and Atlanta now leading by 4.
And they're thinking that's deja vu all over again. He did that, something similar in the first game that they played that turned into an interception for the Falcons.
Got to protect the ball in these situations. Drew Brees is too good. He's too smart to do something like that. Trying to make a play.
How does he have 20 interceptions for the year?
He doesn't even understand how.
Well, he doesn't have 20 for long because there's
21. Yeah. and give the Saints credit here. This is when they rallied. Their defense rallied and held them, and that could have been the turning point right there in the game. When you turn the ball over twice in the fourth quarter, you really don't deserve to win, but they did.
Saints defense held up pretty well. Next Saints possession on 3rd and 11. Breeze to Lance Moore, 18, and a New Orleans first down.
Great adjustment by Sean Payton. Stayed in a great protection, was able to give him time, made the throw, more converts.
And boy, does Breeze have a short memory because he just comes right back and throws darts again.
There we see the mobility and finding an open Pierre Thomas. 22 yards to the Atlanta 13.
That was a Canadian drive. They were getting first downs and 2 downs. So that's what when Payton gets into his Canadian mode, they get 2 downs, first downs on 2 plays.
3 plays later, it was 3rd and goal. Breeze to the rookie tight end, Jimmy Graham. That's a Saint touchdown.
That looked like the touchdown to Roddy White that Matt Ryan threw. Just using a tight end now, running the isolation route against the corner.
All right, Matt Ryan trying to lead another fourth quarter comeback. 3rd and 6. Wants Harry Douglas, but that's incomplete. Mike Smith decides to punt with 2:52 left. Atlanta with 2 timeouts remaining.
And he had played good defense the entire game. He rolled the dice with the defense, and it didn't come out.
Now, Jimmy Graham a moment ago was a hero. Well, right now he puts the ball on the turf. Recovered by the Falcons, this play would be challenged by Sean Payton.
And clearly, watch. Down, down, down before the ball comes out. Clearly
down a couple times.
Yeah, it's not an issue. Once you slow it down and look at it, Saints retain possession.
Next play, after the play, reverse 2nd, 3, Pierre Thomas over the right side, 4 yards. Clock goes to the 2-minute warning. The Falcons still have 2 timeouts. 2 plays later, 2nd and 8. Breeze to pass again. Out of the backfield to Pierre Thomas. Just dumps it down, fights his way for another Saints first down.
Yeah, Drew Brees is too good in that final play where he needs to control passing game, and he can get the first downs without having to run the football.
It's actually marked short of a first down. The Falcons use the final timeout. Next play, 3rd and 1. Pierre Thomas. That is a first down.
And that's what they've been missing for a lot of the year. Pierre Thomas missed, I believe, 9 games with a high ankle sprain before making it back. Chris Ivory had taken over that role. He's been hurt in recent games, too.
So here's the fallout from this game. The Saints qualify now for the postseason. Atlanta already in the postseason. If the Falcons at home beat the Carolina Panthers next week, Atlanta is the #1 seed throughout the playoffs in the NFC.
Panthers at the Falcons. This is going to be John Fox's last game as head coach of Carolina. Good news is they've won 5 straight season finales, but Atlanta playing for the top overall seed in the NFC. Matt Ryan scrambling to his right side on their opening drive, and he picks up a first down on his own. And then, right after that, he goes to the air, scrambling around on 2nd and goal, finds Tony Gonzalez in the middle of the end zone, a 6-yard touchdown. Falcons go up 7-0 early at home, looking to clinch that top overall spot. Dan, what do you know? Eric Weems once again with a big-time play for Atlanta. Had a kickoff return for a touchdown against the Bucs. This time a punt return for a touchdown, and that puts them up 14-0 early at home. They are on their way to the top overall seed. On to the second, same score. A minute left in the half. The pass to the sideline to Roddy White. How did he thread the needle? Matt Ryan gets it there. A gain of 14. 4 plays later, 56 seconds to go in the half. That is Roddy White once again in traffic. Got the ball across the plane for a 14-yard score. Falcons up 21-0 at halftime. Down 24-3. Jimmy Clausen looking to get something going. Bombs one down the left sideline. Intercepted by Dante Robinson. That pass was intended for David Geddes, but Robinson had the inside position, was able to pull it down for the big interception, and then Atlanta made him pay. Up 24-3. Hey, why not go for another touchdown? This time the pass into the end zone for Brian Finneran falls incomplete, but there's a flag on the play. Pass interference on Richard Marshall. A 20-yard penalty set up an automatic first down for Atlanta, and 2 plays later, Michael Turner, where is the defense on that one? Walking into the end zone. Falcons clinched their 4th division in franchise history with the win.
Guys, what a masterful performance by Aaron Rodgers at the Georgia Dome. It was unbelievable. Let's take you there as the Falcons and Packers met in the divisional round.
He looks ready.
Matt Ryan, 20-2 at home for his career.
Is ready.
Aaron Rodgers, right off the bat to Greg Jennings. And this coaches how explosive they are, but Steven Nicholas makes a great play on the ball.
Yeah, he might go the distance there and make that play right there, but they hit it down the middle. The run after the catch is spectacular by these Packers receivers.
Frank Grimes comes up with it and takes it all the way back to the Packers 48. And there you see Nicholas knocks it out.
Straight hustle play.
But that was one of just a handful of mistakes made by the Packers on the night. Matt Ryan to Michael Jenkins. 22 yards down to the 22-yard line. And 3 plays later on a 3rd and 13, it is Ryan to Roddy White. Deion, this is what we saw all season long.
This is what we saw, the consistency of Matt Ryan to Roddy White. One of the best hookups, one of the best connections in our game today.
4th and inches early on. Mike Smith says, give it to the fullback. Obi Mahaley picks up the first down. Smith trying to get his first career playoff victory. And now it's Michael the Burner Turner. Turner at a $1.10 against the Packers when these two teams met during the regular season. Gets in for the quick 7-0 lead. And this is what the Falcons wanted to do, Coach. Come right out, establish ball control, and get in the end zone.
Yeah, run the ball, power running game, throw the ball effectively, and start fast.
Packers get the ball back on a 3rd and 6. It is Ryan who hits Greg Jennings, who holds on this time. 18 yards to the 23. Second quarter, same drive. 3rd and 3 now, and it's Rodgers who dumps it off to Jordy Nelson for an 8-yard gain. So many weapons.
Yeah, that was too easy. This guy always finds a hole.
It's Rodgers to Nelson again, who knocks down the pylon. So the game is tied up at 7. Great job by Nelson to extend. And when the ball hits the pylon, that is 6. So we're tied up at 7. Ensuing kickoff for the Falcons. And Deion, it's Eric Williams.
We only show you this for 1 or 2 reasons. It's either a big play or a boo-boo. This guy, not only is a Pro Bowler, he leads his special teams in tackles, but he's a big play waiting to happen. I'm a little upset he didn't do the dance and all of that, but I give him some love.
You got a little Michael Jackson.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
And Mason Crosby ended up tripping up a couple of his teammates to clear the way for Weems. And Prime, you mentioned it, he's on his way to the Pro Bowl. Aaron Rodgers, great feet in the pocket.
Great awareness in the pocket. I said last week this guy was one of the best running quarterbacks besides Michael Vick. And people thought I was crazy, but I think they can believe me now.
James Jones, 34 yards there on a 3rd and 3, though. Jonathan Babineau gets to Rodgers, but there's a penalty on the play. Christopher Owens called for illegal contact on Donald Lee.
Oh, that's a little bit picky, huh?
Yeah, a little picky. Especially, you know, I'm with the corners on this.
John Kuhn handles his business from there, from 1 yard away. Packers tie this game up 14-14. They haven't trailed by more than 7 points all season long. Matt Ryan looking for Michael Jenkins, who slips on the NFL logo, and Tramon Williams is there for the pick.
We could say he slipped, but he had Tramon Williams beat. He had to put that ball on him, get it out of his hands a little sooner.
Packers come right back. Game still tied up at 14. It is Rodgers to Greg Jennings. Great move by Jennings. 20 yards to the 48. A 3rd and 2 now. Another long drive for the Packers. Rodgers steps up, kicks out to his right, and then flicks his wrist, Coach.
Well, Prime talks about him being a great runner, but he can extend a play and move in the pocket and keep his eyes down the field better than almost any quarterback in the league. The only guy I compare him to is Drew Brees in that respect.
That's right.
Ninth play of the drive to James Jones, who just reaches up and takes it away from Grimes. Packers on top, 21-14. He's got about 6 inches on Grimes here.
But that ball was nicely placed. Great location.
Here come the Falcons now, 10 seconds left. This is a play that they run a lot. They sprint Matt Ryan out to the left side, but Tramon Williams is there, and he takes it 70 yards the other way for the touchdown.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he was even prepared at the onset of this play. But he's a Pro Bowl caliber corner. 7 picks on the season. I don't know how in the world he didn't get to Hawaii, but he's showing all his doubters and naysayers that he should have earned a trip.
Opening possession of the third quarter. Look at Aaron Rodgers get away from pressure, and he throws across his body
going to his left. Yeah, I mean, great mobility. There's different kinds of mobility. Now, there's Mike Vick mobility, and then there's that mobility that allows you to extend a play.
Packer wide receivers running free in the Falcons secondary. Jordy Nelson, 14 yards there, and this time Rodgers is going to keep it himself.
Look at this.
7 yards, scrambles for the touchdown. Green Bay, 28 unanswered points, up 35-14.
He's wearing the belt, baby. That's what he's saying.
The opening drive of the third quarter. Rodgers,
look at this.
Company, they get it back. Gets away from Abraham to find Nelson.
Young quarterbacks do not try this at home. This is a professional doing this.
3 plays later, and Matt Ryan forced to watch on the sidelines. It is Rodgers, another dart to Donald Driver, 22 yards down the 11-yard line. You think Aaron Rodgers isn't having fun? 8th play of the drive on a 2nd and 6. It is Rodgers to John Kuhn, and Kuhn gets in for his 2nd touchdown of the night. Packers go on top 42-14. They score 35 unanswered points. And the final, they win it by 27. They win 48-21.